I have to honestly actually say this one, this is too much for being sorry. And if this country truly practices, healthy democracy, fundamentally fixated on the rule of law, don't you not actually think that these irresponsible um, malefactors, truly a malefactors, these should actually be held accountable for spreading so many unfounded rumors. Number one, my brain is so limited that I can only actually perform one thing. So you know what? I already actually reached the maximum capacity of my brain. Excuse me, are you a neuroscientist? Have you ever actually, studied the neuroscience at major colleges to actually get to know the fundamentals of it? How in the first place you spread that kind of hypothesis? Number two, why would you actually claim that my memories are so volatile that I can actually, have a very ephemeral relationship with many of stuff that I actually learned? Oh, there was no proof and evidence that might actually corroborate these theses once more. I mean, those people were always claiming such an expertise or authority in the realm of my cognition and my faculty, but I don't think, they're fully supported with a core admissible evidence except their own, somewhat voodooist, like voodoo like beliefs. Because this is a really like personal attack. To me, it sounds exactly like the prototype of defamation. Either they're actually practicing the superstition or false belief, because whoever actually performs a masturbation would are likely to be very much, inferior in terms of a cerebral capacity. Is there any type of award renowned researcher who confirms that? No, you're actually making many different presumptuous assumptions, which would totally reflect and monitor the exact same quality of arrogance and haughtiness. For that reason, I really named you. I pronounce you a hypocrite. Hypocrite with a big H. You should always bear that scarlet letter. I mean, H in the form of H. Symmetrical letter H. I'm going to, carve it into your chest by proving, of proving my own innocence and exoneration. I should be acquitted of, this alleged allegation. Oh, I will soar through the ashes like in Phoenix, by the way. It's really the theme. I know. But you know what? You guys are still actually begging or even actually setting up a shrine in your house to actually pray for the demise of my, haughty attitude. The only way you can actually bring that about is me falling off the wagon, allegedly, because I can no longer tolerate this cold turkey status that I can never actually, go a step further, so I masturbate. I masturbate, that's really the only way you can actually bring me back into the system where, my misery would be your happiness, right? Am I getting it too brutally correct? I'm actually really unabashedly and unapologetically correct about the truth because I have nothing to be afraid of telling the truth and calling a spade a spade. Have you thought about that? You want to actually keep this, whatever, genie in the bottle forever and more sequestered from the society, right? Because, this genie means, such an, you know, it's a paradoxical and somewhat sarcastic genie. According to them, I can actually, fulfill their wishes by, making my life miserable. Because they believe that if I actually go down and they go higher, they would actually, live a very happy and a fulfilling life, contrary to me and my life. That's their belief. And that's really the reason I can actually easily justify my enemy status. Yeah, this is a really mutually reciprocated enmity and animosity. I have no doubt about it. Have you not actually thought about that? This is really the thing. Yeah, truly, I'm actually very unapologetic about the brutality and atrociousness of my words. Sometimes you have to actually face the very inconvenient truth. You cannot always beat around the bush, right? Can we get to the bottom? Can we get up close and personal to tell the damn truth? We all know it. You and I know it. I'm not really the one who holds this. Please don't actually drag me down into this type of a quagmire, saying that my intelligence is so limited to believe that I would actually be the only person who guards the truth. Like, the designated person who would actually, you know, keep one's exclusive access to the universal veracity or truth. No, I have never said that. Don't you not actually think that this is really kind of out of proportion and presumptuous and arrogant assumption of yours? I really don't like your hubris as much as mine. Because you're the one who always actually do the same thing. Yeah, who would do the same thing I said? Technically, I have to actually rectify that. You're the one who actually does exactly the same thing. I don't know, why have I in the first place said who would do the same thing? Because my initial voice truly said that who would do the same thing. I somehow actually make it abreached. I pronounce it who would do the same thing. Huh, it's laughable. Because I'm always conscious of those people who might really want to police me. Yeah. I mean, there's a grammar police out there who really want to attack me out there. So I just really feel, I really feel obliged to make things neat and simple. NEAT, neat and simple. I'm just being very honest, but some of the people whose, initial starts with these KHEJ probably. This fine lady, actually, told me indirectly, apology can exercise its validity when the offended truly could have possibly feel the sincerity. That means whenever the very person who feels offended somehow feels seriously taken care of by these apologetic words from the offenders, then this apology can finally be accepted or validated or evacuated. Then the final resolution can be given to put those relevant folks on the track of a conciliatory reconciliation, possibly. That would be done. I heard you. But I noticed that you guys are actually praying and moving heaven and earth to realize your very final wish, right? You're very desperate to bring about the demise of my life by plotting something hideous behind my backs. I heard you because I obtained a very sophisticated information. I know you're working on it at this moment. It's happening. You're very dying to see that. You know what? You don't really need to hide anything from me because I have my mind's eye working and very sufficiently accurate to see million miles away from me. Even though my physical eyes are very myopic, but my mind's eye, it's a really functioning with efficiency. I know these people are now actually either going to church or going to temples or synagogues or mosques. They're actually begging. They're going to churches saying that, oh God, please, please let this beast, do that. They've been actually, rolling their rosaries, the warring beads, or holding on to their cruciform cross. Then please, trying everything. I can envision it. Oh my gosh, this is really the fun part. Oh my gosh, I will never actually let this music stop, because this is really great. It's the joy of my life to imagine how great their agony might be because they were so frustrated. What the hell is wrong with it? Like, excuse me, I have no Schadenfreude for any type of economic agonies or deterioration one of you might actually experience, one of you guys might go through. No, I have a zero wish. No ounce of my moral fiber would actually feel very much vindicated if you ever actually go through economic poverty or difficulties or agonies. No, I don't. I'm very, very happy to see many people thriving. I don't know those are Koreans, but I know they're actually doing really okay. I was pleased to see their beautiful life. They're really kind of. I have no jealousy like that. But the problem is, I don't actually feel good about those people setting up the whole temple or shrine or actually practicing daily rituals to see me lopsided or capsized. Don't you not actually think that would be fair enough? Am I actually being morally wicked, bitch? Or, morally depraved witch? By actually, denouncing and even renouncing their practices in that way. But I can actually, clearly envision and envisage they're practicing whatever mysterious and esoteric rites and rituals to see me masturbating. That's their moral and fatal wish. They wouldn't do anything. They had a quirky belief that that would be really against their interests and the well-being. I don't really know the reason why, as long as I wouldn't be a foreigner. I'm not gonna see them anymore. Why would they actually think that me actually masturbating would be the greatest stalwart of their interest and well-being and welfare and a wheel? It's a very interesting theory, but I'm not really so sure about that. And I just actually think it's really funny. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Down with your very stupid mindset.